Content warning, y'all. We have lots of fun making this podcast, but remember, we watch a lot of R-rated films, use language that reflects that, and joke about heavy topics to create levity around these themes. If that doesn't feel safe or could be triggering, please take care of yourself. We want you to have fun listening too. This also means we might not be suitable for children. Oh yeah, and we spoil the end of all the movies we pod about. Thanks for listening. From speed. So I learned through TikTok and Googling that you might already know this. So if you do, don't be like, yeah, whatever, I know. That how there's that like infamous sort of like immigrant story where it's like Ellis Island, when we came to Ellis Island, they changed the family name.
Yeah.
None of that's true.
What?
Literally, no names were altered.
What?
Literally, I'm not kidding. No one altered anyone's names when they immigrated. That is a absolute made up myth. Records can prove that the name they came with is the same name that they showed up with in every instance.
I know a lot of people voluntarily or preemptively.
I mean, yeah, but it never happened. Basically, that changing, them signing their name or whatever, that never happened. Basically, it is a myth. If you Google it, it's an absolute myth.
What the fuck?
I know. Isn't this mind fucking blowing? Right. But I saw a TikTok where I don't know, a historian was basically talking about you had to it was basically having sort of how IDs work. You had to have a document with your name on it before you went there. You had to have your name, you had to have, your name had
Something
to match
with your name
papers. It wasn't a thing where you showed up to a thing and said, "Oh, my name's Clickhammer," and they were like, "I'm just gonna call you Clamor." It wasn't anything like that. It was
But notoriously, I thought the U.S. had completely permeable, free, open borders.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Immigrants came and went as they pleased.
As they pleased, yeah.
Always.
Isn't that right, I know.
Just kidding. Send me some links so I can put
I will. I almost sent you one, but I was like, I want to open the podcast with this, but I will absolutely send you a link because I actually, because I saw it on TikTok and it was basically this guy talking, the way he was explaining it made it seem like you had to register your name before you and that had to go to someone, which had to then get approved to go to the boat. So, you had to do it all. If someone changed their name, though, it was their decision. It wasn't something that had to happen for them to immigrate. It wasn't anything. If someone's name happened to be different, it was because they were the ones. So, all of the names, if they're oh, this was written funny, so that's why they said it that way. That it wasn't written funny by anyone but the person that wrote it down. That's, no one's name was... I know, isn't it bonkers? It's so fucking bonkers. There's a fucking I was okay, I want to find an article, and it was I don't know, the Smithsonian.
Do you have a rough ballpark of what point in history this?
It said 100 and something years ago, 120 years ago.
Cool, so 200, 300 years ago?
400 is 200, 300, 400, 100, 50, 75, something like that.
Pre the KT extinction.
What's that mean? Anyway, so I figured that was a great way to start our 4th of July episode.
Yeah, I mean, related, not at all. But I also learned this week that Rod Serling's initial impetus for creating a new television show was the murder of Emmett Till.
Yeah.
And he wanted to make a TV show explicitly about race in America, LOL.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, everybody turned him down, and eventually he couched it in sci-fi, and that became the Twilight Zone. I think that's,
Right.
The way I learned about this was seeing tweets or whatnot that are
right, yeah.
Oh, I was today's year-old when I found out Emmett Till is the reason Twilight Zone.
I don't know. I kind of hate that. I was today.
I'm very over it.
Yeah. I mean, I was a full-grown adult. I wasn't quite 30, but I was close enough to it before I found out narwhals were real.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I did not know that. I thought they were
fair.
made up. And when I found that out, I was like, what? What?
That's how I feel about billionaires.
About what?
Billionaires.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I don't know that they're real.
I know. It's just
all 10 of them
unreal.
or whatever.
Also, this is something about billionaires that I think is the worst part, I think, of being a billionaire is that it's not actual money, it's assets.
Oh yeah, it's worth.
So it's right, it's how many things they own and the worth of what they own. So it's really weird and gross that it's about essentially, it's not, but I mean, it's not just when you think of oh, they're a billionaire, you think, oh, they have a lot of money. But what it really is they have, they literally have ownership of more things.
Yeah.
And and it's so many things that they've acquired that much money. Mm-hmm. And that's what's I think to me that's grosser than them having the money, because I think if they had literal.
Well, money's already fake, right?
Well, yes,
and
for sure. But I mean, if their bank account said this amount,
right,
I would feel differently than knowing that they actually just have ownership of things. They own property, they own stock, they own all these things.
Yeah, most of it.
And it's all essentially.
In the case of the ones we're familiar with, it's mostly, stock.
Right.
In companies
to
that
me,
they own already.
Exactly. So. To me, that's so much grosser, because it's we're putting so much emphasis on this thing, and it's not even real. We literally created a system.
Oh, it's layers of.
There can be so much, not just, and I'm just speaking of wealth inequality in this. We're not going to get into the layers of all of it because there's not enough time. There can be so much inequality in wealth that you can, starve to death. You can die from no insulin because you don't have money to get it with a prescription for it. All this shit. And then someone's just has fake money to the point where they have billions, hundreds of billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why? Okay, if someone can have $1 billion in stock, which none of that's real, it's all false. Stonks. It's all false, it's all I think the real thing about stocks is gross. It's all just basically how people feel during the day.
Yeah.
Is what stocks are. Stocks are
Well, speaking of Elon Musk, specifically, he's apparently has a reputation for posting shit on Twitter in particular.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That end up influencing the cost of Tesla stock so that he can then buy more or sell or whatever.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Any hoozle. Oh, also, I just read a thing this morning. I can't remember who it was a quote of, but it was the myth of prosperity in the U.S.
Uh-huh.
is that it's progress and that, first of all, it was a myth when the term trickle-down economics was coined, however long ago that was.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just internalized. People don't even know that term necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea that if somebody's getting richer, we all are.
Yeah. That
Somehow-
makes no
somehow.
sense. That makes no
But
sense, honestly.
Specifically, this quote was about how if America gets more and more prosperous, the idea that we'll have a more robust middle class. But that's actually not true. The richer certain individuals get,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a greater
Mm-hmm.
income gap. So
Yeah.
the middle class just the more the
Disappears,
top
essentially.
tier
Yeah.
get richer, the less that there's a room for a middle class. It's just
Right. Yeah, there's almost like no actual middle class anymore because you're either in a place where you have enough income that you're fine, or you have enough income where if anything happens, you're homeless.
you're probably dead. Yeah.
And there's not really an in-between there.
Mhm.
And there's not really room for an in-between because of stonks and all that shit. Anyway.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just looked it up, and last year,
Yeah.
around this time, our episode was on Club Paradise.
How the turntables turned into tables.
Although that was the episode right after Primal Fear, our to date most listened to episode.
Man, I still haven't listened to it. I still haven't listened to our Primal Fear episode.
Really? That's amazing.
Because I was trying to have a normie job at the time and suffering severe depressive burnout.
Severe mental health.
I was not okay. I don't think we even recorded during that time. I think we were quite like backed up. I think I don't even know if we recorded episodes for like a month. I think we
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, maybe every now and then.
I
but
just
it was
remember
so...
I had to do the Instagram for 1 week, and it was so terrifying. Anyway,
You did it for more than 1 week. I think
maybe 2.
You did it for at least 3. I just
Really?
couldn't. Yeah, I just couldn't. That was before we got really into our Instagram, though. I think
Well,
that was
okay.
before our Instagram went.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Strong.
it was like a weekly post.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's all I meant.
It was so much.
Anyway,
It's
God bless
too
America. Happy Independence Day. To celebrate, we are
Yeah.
bringing you Spice World.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on the aforementioned.
Yes.
Hey, speaking of, it's recently come to my attention that some people say aforementioned, and I'm pissed because when I first was, before I'd ever heard the word pronounced aloud, that's how I said it. If I read it, that's how I heard it in my head.
Uh-huh.
So now hearing people say aforementioned out loud, I'm angered because
You thought of it first?
No, because I was corrected at some point
Oh, I
to
see.
say
Okay.
aforementioned.
Oh, what?
So
See, here's the thing.
get at us. Call in. Let us know what you learned. Can you
Yeah.
read cursive? Do you do a double space after a period?
I'm one of those people.
Oxford commas?
What word did you say? What word did you say wrong? Because you'd never heard it out loud before.
I just gave an example.
Yeah, but that's so aforementioned and aforementioned is so small.
I can't think of another one.
Okay.
I mean, another one would be preface. I probably said preface.
Okay.
I don't. You might have been there for that.
I say biopic, but it's
Oh, well, that's a
or no, do I say biopic? I might say biopic. I don't remember. Yeah.
Some people do, and I understand why. It
Yeah,
looks.
it looks like biopic.
Yeah.
Hyperbole.
Oh yes, this is a great one
Hyperbole.
because I had a teacher that actually was teaching us about the concept and called it a hyperbole.
Yeah.
And some of us were like, "Y'all getting this?"
It
It was like fucking 6th grade.
Right. This is the thing, though. Like,
Well, them made up Greek words that we.
right? Like, why the fuck would I think it's pronounced any different than that?
'Cause you're got a giant brain,
No.
and you know that anything that is a made up neologism that where it's trying to sound Latin or Greek. Greek especially, I've learned just accent it on what you would think would be the exactly wrong syllable in normal English speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Agamemnon.
I'm trying to think of other words. Oh, there was this. Did you have this? Did you have this?
He had been born with.
I had born with.
I had born with.
I had born
Hey,
with,
brother.
with astigmatism, and it had graduated to cataracts.
How old were you when you graduated from therapy?
So I'm still in freshman therapy. So high school freshman therapy.
Junior high.
Oh shit! Fuck off. It's true though. It's
I guess
true.
it's more like if we're really sticking to the analogy, it's like preschool.
No, that's true. Yeah.
And I'm saying, like I'm maybe to grade school now.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
After I'm on my like third therapist.
Yeah. I'm on my like fifth, but like first real one. And and she's so fucking nice and makes me cry like every single session.
Just what you want from a therapist.
No, just by being nice to me. Like she's so nice
yes.
to me. I'll just be like, haha, trauma, and then she's like nice thing, and then I'm like, okay, and then I start crying and then say bye.
She's just like, that's a lot of trauma you lived through.
And I'm like, yeah, thanks for the acknowledgement. Anyway.
You're like,
Keith loves when I do the thing where I
oh, I do love it.
He will literally like run out of the room because of
I can't.
Anyway.
I'm a fragile masculine.
It's true. Masculine. Mm-hmm, girl. What were we talking about? We were talking about
Instagram, Patreon.
No, we were saying something. Oh, this is what I was saying. Did you, because I said, yeah, you said he had been born with. Did you have words that weren't real that you would say? Furiates.
Oh. Well, I know I've told you personally, but my mom would say, because she thought this was the word, she would say frustrated.
Frustrated, right? That's so sweet.
Which is great because it's actually
it's
a portmanteau.
Yeah, it is amazing.
And sourcasm.
Sourcasm.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. God. I'm often quite sad that I never got to meet your mom. Like
It's good. I'm sad that I may have to meet your mom.
equal parts. Infuriate. Like instead of saying infuriates, like where I'm from, you would say and conversate. Like conversate is sometimes used, but like when you're talking about, you're like, oh, we conversated instead of and I was so furiated by that. It's not those are not actual
to me
words, but those were words that I learned from the area that I grew up in, which was like a very southern Florida town, small southern Florida town. And my mom waited until I was like 18 and was like, those aren't real words. And I'm like, bitch, you homeschooled me.
Right.
Why didn't you tell me before now?
Yeah.
And she was just like, you sound stupid when you say that. And I'm like, you could have told me this when I was 11 and learning college age fucking English. You didn't have to wait. Anyway.
Well, to me, that one passes because it's like inflammable and flammable are the same.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
But
I really want to say no. What is it? Oh fuck! It's irregardless. People lose their dookie because regardless and irregardless mean the same thing, and people are like, I refuse to acknowledge this. So I always just want to say irregardless just to piss people off. Just like I say moisture and panties.
Yeah, same. 100% exact same thing. Orient and orientate is another one that people do.
Oh, interesting. Orientate, yeah. Oh God, there was one. Oh fuck, what's it called? Oh man. Indention.
Oh. Is that not a word?
It might be, but it doesn't mean indentation,
Oh.
which is what people mean. It was I had an indention on my hand.
Oh,
And no,
yeah.
you did not have an indention on your
Oh,
hand. You
yeah.
had an indentation. That was one that I was like, I knew it wasn't correct, but it was like, wait, you're saying less. Where I was like a thing where I'm like, wait, it's indention. Wait, what? Like, it was like,
Uh-huh.
in my mind, I would see it like, you know how you can like have a piece of paper that you fold a certain way and it changes like a word, like, you can like fold the paper and like one word becomes another word because, you whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something very witty to say. That was nothing.
That's what my brain would do. I'd be like, wait,
Yeah.
it's
You're hiding a syllable
yeah, I'm
somewhere.
like, wait. I'm like, I think you're just wait, what are you forgetting in that word? Anyway. Yes, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, TikTok, Z&K Pod. Also, we have a Patreon, y'all. We're doing this thing and
Please,
it's really
God, get on there.
cool. Yeah, follow us on Patreon.
$1. $12.
$1
A year.
You can do as much as you want. Actually, you can a year $1, $12 a year. Oh, a year. Oh, $12 a year. You were mathing. I'm so sorry. I thought you were just saying numbers.
Like Linda Belcher. I'm good at math. 4.
Exactly. I was like, you said dollars, then you turned it to like years. Oh, that's an equation that you just did. Anyway, yes.
Stonks.
We have, yeah.
Also soon to come, Letterboxd.
Oh my God, I don't think you did an outro thing for Tu Wong Fu. Did you?
What do you mean an outro thing?
I don't think you did. You pepper the end with. Never mind. I didn't listen to the full episode yet. That's what the
Yeah, you
problem
haven't
is.
listened to the second half.
Anyway, sorry.
You can shut your butt, Buttercup.
Coconut. Sorry. What were you saying?
Letterboxd.
Oh yeah, we're on Letterboxd.
I don't know what to do with it yet, but
Yeah, no.
stay tuned.
Yeah. Follow us on Letterboxd and.
I don't know. I'm excited. I only just learned about it.
Really? Oh my God!
I mean,
think
I probably
told you.
saw a reference and didn't know what the fuck it was. Just like what's the thing that everybody publishes their
Wordle.
no. It's called like Trash Fire or whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
Angel Fire. Remember that?
I don't. However, I told you all about it a while ago because I was telling you my review of The Lodge,
Oh.
where I was basically just going off about like this being like trauma porn for like how to
Right.
hate women, and someone said, I wish I could dislike reviews.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish you would go away.
Also, I made one about The Quiet, where I basically was like talking about
Wait.
how
The Quiet?
yeah,
Not A Quiet Place?
Nope.
Okay.
The Quiet
Just checking.
with Martin Donovan as
Oh, yes.
an incestuous papa. And I
What's the matter, stepdad?
What's the matter, biological pop?
Biopop.
Yeah. And it was basically talking about how this movie is ridiculous and nonsensical. It looks like it was cut together by a college,
Whenever,
student.
if ever in doubt, just pan to the moon.
Oh my God, right. I was just like going off and like that probably has like the most likes out of anyone because I'm just like this movie makes no sense.
Yeah.
This movie is so poorly done. 10 out of 10 recommend. Like yes, absolutely watch it. With that being said, for our 4th of July, so technically July is Keith's birthday month. But
in my opinion, it's the month in which I was born.
In my opinion, Keith was born in July.
Speaking of Emmett Till, whom I shared a birthday with.
Oh, shit. So
I was born in 1941.
Perfect segue into My birthday month only had four weeks. Keith's birthday month had 5 weeks, and
So
he
I gave
was
one
like,
up to
he was like,
the
"Oh,
United
cool."
States of America.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, cool. I'll just have 5." And I said, "Absolutely, you will not have 5 movies."
I
was
don't
like, "You will
remember
give-"
being like, oh shit, yeah, I got
No,
one
you
more
were
than
like,
you.
no, you were like, "Oh, that's cool." You were like, "Oh, okay, I'll pick 5 movies." And I was like, "You will absolutely not pick 5 movies." I was like, "You will not be getting more movies than me." I like literally was like, and I think we did this over Signal, so you probably didn't know, but I was very much like, "You absolutely have no right to get more movies than me. You will not pick more movies than me." I'm very like, I was like, no. I was very upset about this. I was like, 5 weeks.
Look at this guy over here. He won't back
Oh.
down at the gates of hell. Because why? Because he's Tom Petty. Oh shit.
Girl, it's true though. Anyway, so the first week of July.
You
is
like
for,
Tom. You're
but
so
also
petty.
you said, "Oh, I was planning on doing like Spice World."
I put it on our calendar at some point.
Yeah.
Totally forgot
And I was
about
like,
it. And then
perfect. Yes, we'll do that for the first week. And then Keith has the rest of the 4 weeks of July for birthday movies. So.
and man,
It was
I
really
waited
hard for
to
Keith.
I waited to basically the last possible minute to commit to my 4, and
I'll
I'm
be honest,
already
I did
regretting
too.
them. That was like 2 days ago that I committed.
Will you please resend me the list? Because I don't remember how or where you sent it to me. So.
Yeah. When in doubt, check that all that Google stuff that I created.
God damn it. I'm so sorry. I forget that
It's
exists.
like the guy. Is it the? I love it. It's like the go-kart episode, I think, on Bob's, where the guy's like, "You could check the online calendar that I worked so very hard on."
I swear to God, that when I worked at the theater, my favorite thing was when I've said that. I know. I've said this before, but like old people would come in and they would come in at the wrong time because the News fucking Gazette, I'm calling you out, would just willy-nilly post times for the movies that we had. They didn't give a shit. We would give them a schedule and we'd be like, you have to post the actual times, and they would just put whatever
just
they
make up their own
wanted.
shit.
And old people would be like, what time, like, oh, we came here at like 7:30 when the movie's supposed to start. And we're like, sorry, it started at 7. And they're like, why did you make this incorrect? And we're like, literally everything else has the correct time. And they were like, well, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to find?
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Or like, how am I supposed to, find the times? And one time I said, I was like, well, if you go online, they said, and before I even finished, they said, no, I don't do that.
You can't expect me to do that.
They were like,
I don't open attachments.
Yeah, they were like, I don't do that. And I was like, if you look online, I swear to God, though, one time an old man, and I mean old man, probably in his 70s, came up.
Ancient.
Yes. And this was a big deal because like the majority of the crowd we would get, especially on the shows I worked, were older people that just complained about movie times and like the paper having the wrong time. This old man walked up and he said, do you guys have a website or something that I can like look up online so that I don't have to like, and I was like, I love
Thank you so much.
I was like literally like, I okay. Another guy said, I don't know how to turn my phone off. He was like, how do you turn your phone off?
Like
and
the ringer?
I showed him how to turn off an iPhone, like he was like, I don't understand how. He's like, how do you do it? He was like, I don't think you can shut these off. And I was like, oh, I can show you how. And I showed him how. And he was like, oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, I don't remember, why I started saying, I'm sorry. I'm doing the thing.
The online calendar that I work so
yes.
very hard on.
Yeah. So
now you know how we got here.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we're going to take a break real quick. Be right back.
So yeah, Spice World. What did you think of it?
Oh, that's pretty fun.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I'll say this. I'll give it this. It's better than Gold Member.
I was.
There were some parts I
Yeah.
couldn't help but roll my eyes at, but
Like
by and large, it's a it's a lot of fun.
So
It's not pretending it's anything it's not.
correct. It's like just the whole thing is just satirical. Like
Yeah.
there's no single point in the movie where it actually takes itself seriously,
Correct.
which I thoroughly enjoyed. Richard E. Grant is in it, and his just like,
Beautiful. His rages.
oh
are-
my god, I love it so much. I didn't remember any of that, and so that was like a special treat to just see him like losing his fucking shit all the time.
Yeah.
Just like the way, and like that just sounds like he's mad.
Also, the
No.
way they cut to it, the editing around it is so funny.
And like, yeah, it wasn't like he's actually being angry. It's just like he gets frustrated, and then he just is like, and just like everything is. It's so funny. It's so fucking funny. And then,
Hey, did you see this trivia though? That first of all of Roger Moore's part was done one day,
yeah,
and then Richard E. Grant came in on his day off to
yeah.
feed him lines over the
It
phone.
was so sweet because it said that, like, I mean, the way that I read it said Roger Moore was really
So
relieved
appreciative.
or whatever that Richard, because I can imagine I would feel really stressed out if I was supposed to like deliver lines all by myself and I was going to be like the only actor, the only person there doing all of this work. I'd be like, oh god, I don't really want to do this. And so like, you know, if someone as hot as Richard E. Grant showed up
Fuck
to
yeah.
feed me lines, I'd be like, hubba hubba.
When the rabbit of chaos is pursued by the ferret of disorder through the fields of anarchy, it is time to hang your pants on the hook of darkness,
Yeah.
whether they're clean or not.
Alan Cumming
Yeah.
is in this.
That there's so many threads in this movie that I go nowhere.
Yes, I love it. I love
The
it.
whole thing with Richard O'Brien,
Mm-hmm. Wait, who's Richard O'Brien?
the guy, from Rocky Horror,
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
the Nazi doctor.
Fucking McMaxfield or something. The
Maxford, is that what it is?
McMaxford. Yeah.
That's good.
Who's played by fucking Dame Edna or whatever. I can't remember what his real name is.
Yeah, let's get his shit going here.
God. When he's mad and it starts raining.
Yeah, on
Just-
the other dude.
There's just so much, like, I will say this, the Spice Girls album cassette tape,
Okay.
their first cassette tape, is the first album I ever bought with my own money.
Oh, right on.
Spice World or Spice Girl, whatever it is.
Spice times.
I fucking
Spice
loved
power.
it.
The worm is the spice.
You'll be surprised to know that I have some shame around this, but Posh.
Barry Humphries played Kevin McMaxford.
Okay.
Who cares if they climb to the top of Mount Everest on an ostrich? Or if they find a cure for deja vu?
Not me.
Or if they find a cure for deja vu?
Not me.
Posh was like my favorite, sort of. I really liked, she was like, I don't know, I guess she was supposed to be like,
Posh.
yeah, so I liked her the best because I think, I don't know. I just wanted that haircut and to just wear black, so I thought she was the coolest. I thought Mel C had the best
It
voice.
felt to me she was like in a different movie the whole
Oh
time.
my God. Yeah, it's no wonder that she is where she is now.
Married to David Beckham.
Yeah. And just, well, I feel like there was a lot of like her trying to like separate herself from Spice Girls, and
Weird.
be like, oh, I'm this, and
Is she actually posh or trying to be upper
yeah,
class?
pretty much. And also like her kids are all named after the places they were conceived at.
Ew.
Isn't that disgusting?
Is it
should
just
be-
like Holiday Inn?
No, it's like Brooklyn and I don't know, Italy or something.
I mean,
don't
great.
fucking
Thanks
know.
for telling us the places you've had sex.
Exactly. I'm like, that's so gross. Like, oh, Brooklyn was conceived in New York. Okay.
That's why I've named my kids like Lifestyles and Trojan.
That's why I named my kid Abortion and Hysterectomy.
Plan A. Oopsie.
Oopsie. First one's Daisy. Next, the second one's Oopsie. They're twins.
Daisy Oopsies.
Yeah, they're twins.
Little baby Daisy Oopsies.
I don't even know how to describe the plot of the movie. I'm trying to see what
There's actually no point in trying to describe.
Oh my god, fuck. Okay, there's
I had never seen this.
Yeah.
I really knew nothing about it
Yes.
other than the infamous bus from Speed scene
Oh, you knew about that?
because of Bob's.
Oh, okay, because of the
But that's it.
fucking when they do
It's
the
really good.
jump.
That's really expensive. That'll be really expensive.
We'll find a way.
Not necessarily.
It's so
Yeah, Norm. God damn it. George Wendt and Mark McKinney are.
right.
I mean, as much as
Calm down.
Ellen Cumming and his two crew guys, but I don't know. They stick out way harder. Maybe it's because they're American.
They're American,
I don't
yeah.
know. Mark McKinney's Canadian.
Oh, sorry.
Gagoosh.
Sorry, Mark McKinney. He's so
No relation.
weird. I know. It's wild that there's no relation because y'all look so much alike. Just kidding. You look like Scott Thompson.
Preach.
You know.
I mean, I don't.
There's probably a distant relation.
I mean, obviously, because
Right.
McKinney's one name, even though it's got like 5 different spellings or whatever in
Right.
the colonies.
Yeah.
I'm in a like weird movie group on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and there's someone that posted there that has the same last name spelled the same way. So
As you?
yeah,
Oh my god.
I should message them and be like, "Are you getting these same papers about this person dying that I am?"
You
The
tell.
Spice Girls were a phenomenon here. I'm sure
True.
it was not the same as in the UK.
True.
I don't know. That's all. I recognize 2 songs in this movie
Okay.
of theirs.
Okay.
I was,
Oh yeah, the whole
the right
Gary Glitter
age
thing.
to be too old.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they broke up shortly after this, right? Or Jerry
They
left.
broke up 5 months. Jerry left 5 months after the
The
release,
release
of this
of the movie, yeah, right. So,
Isn't that crazy? It's not crazy.
I
Jerry.
don't- when did they come to prominence
Did
on
you-
the charts?
Oh girl, I don't know, like 96 or something. I don't fucking know.
So it was pretty short-lived.
Maybe 95. I don't know because I don't know about the UK versus here because I'm pretty sure they had to be a hit in the UK before they came here, so I'm not really sure.
Maybe.
However, did you read the trivia where the reason why in the hospital, or supposedly the reason why in the hospital, like in the movie when they're in the hospital and there's that kid that's like unconscious
Oh, yes.
and
You should
Posh
take your
says
top off.
you should take your top off. It's because Jerry IRL
Had done some nude modeling. or
did
whatever.
some nude modeling. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'll be researching that
okay.
later.
Yeah. I almost like, not because I want to be that pervert, but I'm like, is that actually true? Like, did that actually happen? This was I think one of my, I don't have my phone, so I can't look at the trivia. And there's so many trivia for this movie.
Not really. There's really like 4, but
Oh yeah, they're just regurgitated over and over. But
years active, they say, like Wikipedia says 1994.
okay. So, like, it's hilarious. Okay, a couple things. Their origin story in this movie, totally made up.
Oh, yeah. Apparently that
No,
was
no.
a real controversy
I didn't-
in that they were afraid that fans would think that was
They did think
real,
that was real.
and that happened.
Yeah.
On account of their fans being young, impressionable.
Yeah. It's weird. I never was under the impression that that's.
I thought everybody knew that they were one of those bands that was
Yeah.
formed through auditions.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So.
I feel like I was aware of that, and I barely know anything about them.
My favorite bit of trivia, though, was so they have a scene in the movie where it's like a flashback to when they were hanging out at a coffee shop and they don't really have much money.
Right.
So they're like, can we just have like an IOU? And the guy's like, no, you have to actually pay for the coffee. And so they're like, okay. And then they end up you know, like their friend who's in the movie later is like, listen to this new song that they came up with, and then, you know, it's, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. And so they perform that for the guy. And that's what happens. However, the trivia. Okay, so in the movie, they all go back to where this coffee shop was, but it's now closed. And they're like, oh my God, time changes so many things. And, you know, it's really sad that you can't go back. But Baby Spice says, we used to live there. And what she means is like, we used to be there so much that was like, I'm assuming, you know, we used to be there so much, we practically lived there, you know. But this trivia was like, they flash back to when they used to live at a coffee shop and they perform a song to pay for their coffee.
Oh.
And I'm like, that is not what happened. I'm like, they don't live here. They're in a coffee shop. Like, you can't, that's not what's literally happening. Also, there was no, they literally like throw money on the table to pay for their coffee for one. And I'm like, someone just did not understand what was happening in this.
Yeah.
Why is this?
Well, so there's a scene. It's when they go to Italy and they're performing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
the leader of. Do you want to be in my gang? I'm the leader. Whatever that's called.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is a song by Gary Glitter.
Yeah.
And so that prompted me to look up. I'm like, this must have been before he was outed as a pedo. In fact, he had a small cameo in the movie originally that was cut out because it was the same year.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened like, I guess like right, because it was released in the UK in December.
Day after Christmas.
But it did not hit the US until,
a month later.
Yeah, until January because of
because distribution, like
because the company that was distributing it didn't have the money to to take it to the U.S. It was oh fuck yeah, I can't remember.
I mean, eventually Columbia's who released it in the States, but
yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Yeah.
So that's one thing, and the other thing is that when they're passing Buckingham Palace, they refer to
Princess
Diana.
Yeah.
And they had to change that because she also died this year.
Yeah.
10 million candles in the wind.
Oh my God.
Speaking of Elton John, who was in this movie for 1 second for some reason.
I know.
He's the first cameo, I
guess they were actually friends with him.
Whatever.
I know.
Did you see that Richard E. Grant emceed one of their shows, like in the early aughts?
No.
Their reunion tour or something?
No. Oh my God, I love that. God, Richard E. Grant is so fucking hot. Like, he's walking around that green suit of his with a green shirt and the green... oh, God. I'm like, fuck off. I mean, his stupid little chin fucking...
And the sideburns.
No, I mean,
so
the sideburns...
very 90s.
Oh, it's true. But, like, his... what is it called? Fucking...
Like a soul patch?
Yeah. Oh, God. I was just...
It's not a soul patch because it's not here, is it?
No, it is there.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Ugh. Or something. I don't know, whatever.
Or something. Trivias.
Yeah, anyway, he's really hot. I love the part though where he's like Alan Cummings' film crew is filming them and he's like, and they think the Spice Girls aren't gonna show up for their show. And he's just like, Alan Cumming is just like, oh, it's amazing. Like, I love that. And Richard E. Grant's like, all right, I've figured out what I'm going to do.
So this is the plan. The band starts up, the fans go wild, the lights come on, and I walk center stage and hang myself. Oh, by the way, this is my good side.
And then the Spice Girls show up. And Alan Cummings like, oh, ruined a perfect ending.
Right.
That fucking killed me. Oh. Yeah, I love Alan Cumming. I think Alan Cumming is so hot. Bisexual king. Love him. Kink. Yeah, finding out that Alan Cumming is bisexual was like, I don't know, really exciting for me. Not because, of me, but just because I feel like bisexual men have like no representation, especially in like
Elton John.
especially in like the media. You know what I mean? Like, do I know bisexual men? Absolutely. Are bisexual men ever allowed to like exist? No. So like Alan Cumming being like, yeah, I'm bisexual is really
Oh yeah.
awesome.
Also, Victoria and Jerry both auditioned for Tank Girl.
Tank Girl. I keep forgetting which movie it was.
But one of the trivias says that Emma also did, but only one of those says that. So forgive me.
Okay.
I love this. Richard E. Grant appeared in this movie for the money, and because his preteen daughter was a fan of the Spice Girls. No shit. He took a job
I know.
to get paid.
I love when fucking people expect actors to take acting jobs solely for the like material. Like, okay, if you paid me $1 million, I'd probably be in the really horrible
Polygram financed the movies.
Polygram. I thought you said Holly, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, Polygram. I'm giving you everything. Yeah, I was obsessed
All the
with the Spice Girls.
songs in this movie are twice as loud as the rest of the film.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I get it because it's like the Spice Girls, but I'm like, why? Why is all the dialogue dialed so far down, and the music is too far up? It's stupid.
Yeah.
I had there were like at Limited too, I believe. You could get these Spice Girls suckers. So I bought and so
Baby Spice flavored.
they
Baby
were like
Spice flavored?
I think it was like I think it was like different, but like you know how Baby Spice is always like sucking on those like round, they're like that specific like round. They were
Like
basically
a dum dum.
No, it's not like a dum dum. No, it's like it's got a plastic handle and it's bigger and it's like a creamy sort of like lollipop. And so I got those at
Like a
Limited
cake pop.
too. Huh? No, not like a cake pop. It's
I'm
like
just
a
naming a
hard.
bunch of things. It's not like nailed it.
So I got some of those from Limited too. I was like obsessed. I would like quote this movie to my friends and they would just be like, please stop. No one cared about the Spice Girls as much as I did. I thought they were really cool. I would like I wanted to be more obsessed with them than I was able to be. But like I didn't really have a lot of access to them. I used to just go to Walmart and stare at the album at Walmart and like be like, okay, this is how much money I have to save up to be able to get it. And then I bought it on cassette, and then I felt stupid because everyone else had it on CD, and so I was like embarrassed of that. Anyway, sorry, I'm not trying to tell a sad story. I'm just trying to say I was really obsessed with them when I was younger. And then, like, I liked Jerry, but also I hated her hair. So it was hard for me to like her as, I mean, like, I don't think this looks good on anyone ever. The like red hair with like the blonde strips in the front, like I don't like that look. I really don't like the big chunky I don't like that look at all.
All the fashion, well, all of their fashion
Confusing as fuck.
is very
I mean,
uncomfortable.
Mel C, I just want to say, like, I'm so sorry that they only let you wear green khaki pants and yellow shirts the entire film. Like, every show is a different variation of green khaki, and there's like, I swear to God, there's like one point where like in each scene she's wearing the same color pants and then a yellow top, and like one time it's long sleeves, another time it's like a tank top, a tank crop, and then it's like a full tank top. Like it's always the same pant color and the same shirt color, and it's multiple times throughout the movie, and I was just like, what the fuck?
She has that one shirt that I said looked like a Lara bar.
It's true.
but that's
It's true.
where it's lime green.
Yeah. It's true. She did have that. That's one, and she does wear other things. Like she has like, you know, where she wears like full sports gear or whatever. But anytime they're giving her like an outfit to like perform in, like if she's doing an actual performance, it's literally yellow top, khaki pants, green khaki.
Did you
pants.
see the trivia about how, you know, there's the flash forward of them being moms?
You mean where it was like they're actually all moms?
Yeah.
I like how it says they're all biological mothers, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I appreciate the distinction.
Why?
You know, for policing reasons.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So we know they're
all
biological.
within a year
women.
of the movie's release, too. They all had kids. And
No, not they all. Two of them had kids like
No,
oh.
two of them had kids like a week apart from each other.
Yeah, but it was like a year after the movie. Sorry. Mel B and Mel C had a kid like a year and a half after the movie was made.
No, Mel C was the
released.
last one to have.
No, I swear to God. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe it was baby. I swear it was Mel B and Mel C. Anyway,
Smelcy.
Mel C. I thought because it was saying that she had a kid. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe
She was the last one
I'm sorry.
of them all,
I'm sorry.
is what I believe.
I'm sorry. You're probably right. I probably misunderstood the trivia, or the trivia was wrong. I misunderstood the question.
Eventually, all of the Spice Girls became mothers in real life, having biological children.
Oh God.
In fact, Mel B and Victoria each
Okay.
had their first child 13 days apart, just over a year after the film. Okay. Over a year.
Thank you.
I concede. As of 2020, Victoria has 4, Mel B has 3, Jerry and Emma each have 2, and Mel C has 1. Also the last one to become a mother.
I said I already conceded. You don't have to use
Okay.
that tone with me.
Also, along with biological, they have all also had at least one child out of wedlock.
Oh my God. Slut.
Let me just say this up front. The church would not approve of this movie.
I would date at
I still don't
least
understand
4 of these 5
the-
women.
Yeah. I still don't understand why the character of what she's like Richard D. Grant's assistant or whatever she is.
It's supposed to be a love story. She says something.
But it's not.
I know. She says something at the end where he's like, "Do we still?"
Have
Are
a
we
professional
Yeah,
relationship.
and she says something. She's because he's like, "Oh, good," and then he's like, "Wait, what?" Because she says something like,
I know, but it's thrown away.
"I know,
And
but
doesn't come back after that.
right, but like, yeah."
Anyway.
I'm saying I think that's what. Also, well, they do have that thing at the end where they're like, "We're glad that we have like an actual respectable actor in this," and they're talking to her. So I don't know, maybe she. Was,
Yeah.
I'm not saying the character was great,
Also,
but
I don't know who she is, so
I don't know who she is either. I mean, Meatloaf is in this, so there's that.
sort of.
He's a
There's sort of
throwaway
that.
character too.
That's appropriate. R.I.P.
He would do anything
for them girls.
for
You don't talk
to,
about the
to
guy he
save
replaced.
his life, but he won't get vaxxed.
Right.
Do I want to talk about what?
The guy he replaced.
Oh yeah, who was there for a single day, but they wouldn't let him take a picture of his kid with the Spice Girls, so he walked off. That's beautiful. Also, they wanted, you know, the guy that does the dance thing.
Yes.
It was supposed to be John Cleese. Thank you. I was like, you'll.
Thank
I'm
God
like,
he.
I
Thank
know.
God he turned it down. So sick of that fool.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's real cool.
Would you recommend this movie?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
See, okay,
I benefited from knowing nothing about it. I
for
feel
sure.
like.
Yes.
It's goofy as fuck.
It's
you know,
so
like,
goofy and
it's meant to be goofy. It's not trying to be anything it isn't. I already said that. Like,
mhm.
and I think it does what it tries to do, which is to they know their fans are
Kids. Yeah.
preteens by and
Mhm.
large. I bet it would be entertaining for that age group if you were like now. I don't. If you've never heard of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Whatever. Apparently, Billie Eilish didn't know they were a real band. She knew until recently.
Yeah. That's amazing.
She was familiar with the film. Just didn't
Oh,
know it
and
was
she
a real
thought it
band.
was. Oh, that's hilarious. I swear to God, at the end.
Yeah.
She says, maybe it's not. I need captions. It sounds like she says masturbating with the popcorn.
Yeah, because that's interesting because I feel like it's Mel B or somebody says something about hands in the lap or something like that.
Yes,
Right
and then
before
she
that.
says, that's what, she's like, masturbating with the popcorn. That's what I do. And I was like,
Right.
but here's the thing. It was a whole, it's a thing. I don't know if it's a real thing, but like in movies and stuff, where
Putting your dick in the
you
popcorn.
put your dick in the popcorn and then you like what? So I'm like, if
Or someone else.
yeah, so I'm like, what?
I know.
Or what?
Look at them two snogging at the back there. I bet you didn't see any of that film, did you? And look where you're heading. Go on!
Look at the mess they made the popcorn. That's what I do.
I don't know. And I was just like, as a kid, I was
love
like,
popcorn.
I know. I'm just getting on, and there's just popcorn flying, and you're like, I'm into popcorn a lot. I don't know. And you just hear that like popcorn sound. No, I don't know how to do like when you the crunch of popcorn. So it's so anyway.
This is
Whatever.
what our TikTok should be. Isn't there? Wasn't there a TikTok channel of just a couple like doing sounds and the other person?
Oh,
the other one
yes.
had to guess what it was supposed to be.
No, it was like they were like, okay, they would do a sound and then they would have to try to replicate that sound.
Oh, that's good too.
So they would be like, and then
Oh, I see. They'd make the actual sound,
and
and
then
the other
you
person
would
had
have to
vocally
try
mimic.
to mimic that. So
That's good too.
so like
Nailed it.
yeah, I think I would recommend this just for the sake of like nostalgia reasons. Like it's so 90s. It's so 90s. It's so
Apparently, it's similar enough to them Beatles movies,
Yeah.
like Hard Day's Night, where they're being chased by fans through the whole movie.
yeah.
Despite being friends with Brian Flota since being a teenager, I have never seen a Beatles movie.
That's insane.
It kind of is.
That's crazy.
I've also never seen whatever the Bob Dylan one is.
I'm not here.
Touche.
I'm giving you everything.
However, I have seen Depeche Mode 101.
Oh shit.
Thanks to Abe Miner of a little band called, maybe you've heard of him, Faggotron. I had to remember what they were called.
Maybe you've heard of it.
Can you tell me Mel C dated Anthony Kiedis?
Yes. She was like going through a lot. There was like a whole list of dudes that she dated like from like 1997 to like
Gotta go.
1999 or something.
Gotta go.
Like there's this
Shockingly, RuPaul is not in this movie.
I know. I was actually like they were doing something and it was like, oh yeah, I think it was like they were like, "Oh, you're going to go to like this camp to like learn how to dance or something." I don't know. And I was like, "Oh, is this going to be RuPaul?" I was like, "I don't remember, but is it going to be it would be so funny if it was like, their drill instructor is RuPaul and then
How about that sequence?
it was not. Yeah, that was so weird.
Woo.
I don't know. This movie is so disjointed. No scene needs to connect to another scene. Like, there's no segues. There's no reason for anything. They just throw
It
a
does
bunch of
feel
shit
like-
together. But it's not done poorly. It's always done funny. It's done for the sake of comedy. It's done to not take itself seriously. And I think it does a really good job of
Well,
just
apparently it
being-
was notoriously shit upon.
Yes, it got
critically.
really bad reviews. And it's
And
like
it's on a bunch of worst movies ever kinds of lists.
I
But also, I don't know, I forget who it is, but somebody was like, the worst movie ever that's fun to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not a good movie in the sense
But
of
it's
like
not trying to be. Like, that's the
right.
thing.
Well,
Like,
that's what I mean. Like, it's not cinematically a great film in the sense of like, oh, the cinematography and like all the direction,
Plot.
like whatever. It doesn't matter. It's doing what it's trying to do, which is make a ridiculous like
also
they
made fucking $10 million this opening
right
weekend.
exactly. So it's like literally asking these 5 girls who are, and for the record, they were also like touring during making this movie.
Right, I know.
So they were having to like not be able to be present most of the time, have
Yeah.
to deal with. So like that's another reason why it's kind of disjointed, because they weren't actually able to be there for the entire production of the film. There were crazy there were fans constantly like on like at the filming and shit like that. There was like all this shit going on around them.
Right.
So they're having to have these 5 women who basically are constantly asked to sort of play a character, IRL, you know, Scary Spice, Sporty Spice, Posh Spice, Baby Spice, Ginger Spice.
How about when they dress up as each other?
Yeah, that's great. But and so they're like, okay, you're going to act in a movie. They know that these girls aren't going to go on there and be like Oscar worthy because 1, they don't have the ability to put the time into it. 2, they don't need to. And it's not about that.
Right.
So instead of being like, oh, let's try to do it anyway, they were like, what if instead we just made a ridiculous movie that didn't require them to have
It's
to
smart.
be. Yes. They did exactly the right thing with this film. And then it's so weird. It's so funny. It's ridiculous. It never takes itself seriously. It never does anything. It's all nonsensical, and it should be nonsensical. It doesn't care that it's nonsensical, and it's really humorous and funny. And like you said, it's absolutely marketed to teenage girls.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, and in the 90s, yes, it's all about, like, how much fun they're having, how great their life is, like how, and then it's got like weird humor in it for the adults that are in there. It's like it's just it's good. I think for what it is.
I think if I can enjoy it now,
Exactly.
because of Richard E. Grant and Alan Cumming and
yes,
Elton
John,
Jennifer Saunders, you know, like
oh right, yeah.
look at that, I got her name right on the first try.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I didn't call her Fringe Saunders.
Oh my god.
The trivia said she's playing her character from Ad
I
Fab,
know.
and I'm like,
I was like, how?
stop.
What? That? It might be. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But like, that's.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'd have to look. It'd be funny if it was like Jennifer Saunders as herself, and then it was like she's playing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Tina.
There are so many trivia entries
Oh my
about
god!
connections to James Bond.
Oh my god! There's so many trivia things about like this person did the movie because their kid was a Spice Girls fan, which is so funny to me because imagine it's like, oh, my kid loves you guys, and I'm a famous actor, so I'm gonna do this movie so that I can bring my kid on set instead of just taking them to a concert.
Stephen Fry, for example.
Yeah, well, he
got
doesn't have
autographed
kids. For his nephew.
Posters or something. Yeah. Jonathan Ross.
Jonathan Ross. I didn't know who he was when I first watched I haven't watched this in a very long time. So seeing Jonathan Ross.
Jennifer Saunders is credited as fashionable woman.
Absolutely not Adina then. She is not Adina. Because Adina is notoriously unfashionable.
Despite herself.
What do you mean, despite herself?
She wants to be.
Oh, yes, for sure. She thinks she is,
right.
But she's absolutely not. Wheels on fire, rolling down the road.
That'll be the outro music. Yeah, anyway, I don't... Spice Girls themselves uncredited.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
They fucking have the kids on the boat. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I realized, the more I think about it, there's I feel like there is this tradition in British film of these kinds of movies, and
Yeah.
not even band movies, but like
Right, yeah.
the Carry On. I don't know if you know about these, the Carry On movies.
Uh-uh.
Like,
Uh-uh.
I don't know if there was a TV show or what. I've only ever seen Carry On Spying, where it's this, like the same ensemble of people in their goofy ass slapsticky movies, and they do the movies and they're just genre send-ups. So Carry On Spying is a
Oh, it's
like
movie.
James
Okay.
Bond style,
Gotcha.
Euro
Okay,
spy,
okay.
whatever. Anyway, it's just one of those things. Where it's like the plot
Yeah.
is incidental.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is like
yeah,
a bunch
for
of
sure.
gags.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway.
Like literally the plot of the movie is that they are going to play a gig. And that's it. That's the the
Exactly.
whole plot of the movie is that they have
It's
a
kind
gig
of what Wayne's
to
World
play.
is.
Oh,
Like,
interesting. Never seen it. I've never seen Wayne's World.
he's never seen.
I've never seen Wayne's World.
Hashtag.
Hashtag never seen
damn!
it.
I wish I'd known this before birthday.
You can change. I
No,
haven't made a
don't tell me
graphic.
that. Don't tell me that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But we will have to watch that.
Yes, we will. I'm excited. We're not saying what it is yet because we haven't officially released anything. And by the time this comes out, we won't have officially released anything. But I'm excited for August.
Mm-hmm.
August is going to be good.
I love
No.
a theme. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think having a theme. I wasn't super necessarily on board at first with having a theme every month, but
Well, I don't think it has to be every month
we have since March.
this year. Since
Well,
March.
since February. I did February was Valentine's. March
right.
was
February was for lovers.
Hysterical
March was-
Madness, April Fools.
April Fools. We just watched April Fools. Was the whole month?
Yeah, April Fools and Easter's Revenge. That was our
Oh, right, because we did a resurrection. and-
Yeah, and then May was my birthday. June is
June's
Pride.
Pride.
July is your birthday, and
Fuck yeah.
August. Ooh, y'all, August is gonna be.
And
good.
I've played around with and suggested themes for September.
I'm not opposed to what you want to do with September, but some of the movies that
That's
you picked
fine.
are really hard for me.
They were just like what came to mind.
Gotcha. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for listening.
Story from A to Z. You wanna get with me? You gotta listen carefully. We got M in the place who likes it in your face. You got G like MC who likes it on an easy V who doesn't come for free. She's the real lady. And as for me, how you'll see. Slam your body down and wine it all around. Slam your body down and wine it all around. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. You've got to take it. It's too easy, but that's the way it is.
Gotta go.